So with the news of a Pokemon anime time skip, it opens the door for many possibilities in the series. And the one everyone is talking about is Ash. The fact that we went over 25 years and our boy never aged up once. Firstly, we don't even know if Horizons does take place in the same universe. There hasn't been that many clues. I kind of believe it does, but I'm not 100% sure. But today I want to talk about if Ash Ketchum was to return in a time skip, what sort of team could he have? Some evolutions, some new megas. Let's discuss the possibilities. So, I mean, of course, Pikachu is going to be there. What would an Ash Ketchum team be without the boy Pikachu? So, I don't really need to say anything else about him. But as for the other starters, now, interestingly, Ash owns all three of the Legends ZA starters. He has Totodile, he has Bayleaf, and he has Pignite. So, if he was to return at the point when the game's released, it would be a perfect chance to bring back one of these Pokemon. Or maybe even all of them. But the one I actually do want to see the most is Totodile. It could even come back as a Croconaw, as that Pokemon is so cool. And we could get some time with them together as Croconaw. But then we could have an epic evolution moment on screen where it evolves into the beast that is Feraligatr. And then if ZA does bring out new Megas for all three of these starters, we could see him even Mega evolve it, which would be so cool. Totodile is like a perfect Pokemon that Ash could evolve. I think it fits in that place where the fans wouldn't care too much if it lost its first stage charms, differently from the likes of Bulbasaur or Squirtle, who we don't really want to ever evolve. Totodile needs a bit of development, I think. It was pretty overshadowed anyway in Johto, so it could be given some well needed love here. Next up, we keep talking about it, and I'm not going to stop until someone gets this damn Pokemon, and that is Armarouge. We've had Amiphio and his Ceruledge for the whole of Horizon, so why has its counterpart not appeared yet? So I want to throw it in the ring here for Ash to get. It would fit in perfectly. Its battle prowess and its strength, they would compete in some fierce battles. Recently seen in that Poketoon short has just made me want to see this thing in the proper anime. Its story could be crafted really well, and it could have this rivalry with Amithio's Ceruledge. And even seeing it evolve and find the armor on screen would be so interesting. Along the same lines, another one that fans are always crying out for, Ash is going to visit his old pal Anthony at the boxing gym. He's going to say, look, I'm the world champ now, I'm finally worthy of taking on the Pokemon champion himself, Primeape. He'll get his old friend back, and it can finally evolve into Niall, the absolute monster of a Pokemon. One of the coolest Pokemon we've had introduced in Gen 9. And when it evolves, the first thing it will do is go straight for Team Rocket, just like it did when Ash first caught it. Niall is just so awesome. It emits so much aura. It would completely steal the show if Ash was to just turn up with one. It would be insane. So if he comes back, let's see it. I do think if Ash ever came back, we probably wouldn't see him get a whole new team. I think he would upgrade a lot of his Pokemon. We could see some evolutions and even new Mega evolutions that he never used before. For starters, he can finally get the Mega Gengar that we should have seen in Journeys. And it doesn't stop there. There's so many Pokemon that Ash could bring back to Mega Evolve. Pidgeot, Charizard, Heracross, Glalie. If the anime is focusing on Mega Evolutions again, it would give him a chance to really show off some of his old Pokemon and let them loose in battle. I also think there's a big chance Greninja could come back into this team as well, especially with us returning to Kalos. There's a possibility of a Mega Greninja as well, so that would be so hyped to see him use that if it does exist. There's a lot you could do, but say Ash returned for a one-off 6-on-6 battle, he's defending his title, all the Rising Volt tacklers are in the crowd watching, and he's battling, let's just say Paul. He brings Pikachu, of course, he brings his Gengar, the only returning Pokemon aside from Pikachu from his Champion Journey team. He brings along his newly acquired Armarouge and reveals it at the title challenge. He went back to Anthony to grab his Primeape. We saw him evolve it right before the battle, so he brings that. He flies over to Alola real quick, because a team without an Alolan Pokemon to represent the Alolan champ is no team at all. He grabs the Doggo that snagged him his first ever championship, and he brings Dusk, Lycanroc, another unique Pokemon fitting of Ash. And finally he goes back to Kalos. He goes back to that stupid forest and he gets the boy Greninja. He tells him he needs his help one more time. And he reveals Greninja as his last Pokemon, where he Mega Evolves it. Now this isn't Ash's best team or anything, I'm not saying that, but it would be cool just to see a few unique Pokemon combinations put together for this time skip. Newly acquired Pokemon, new Mega Evolutions, and just new standard evolutions for Pokemon Ash already owned. Seeing his growth in this gap, seeing how strong he's become since becoming world champ, and how mature he's grown after this time skip, I think it would just be pretty neat. There's definitely way more evolutions that could be shown. Boldore, Palpitoad, Snivy. We could finally see him get a Garchomp, as Gible could finally evolve. There would be a lot of possibilities if Ash did actually return in this new timeline and we saw that time had actually passed. But that's all for this one. Let me know which Pokemon you'd love to see Ash bring back and evolve, or bring back just to battle again. What are the Pokemon you want to see him use first? Not his strongest, just the ones that need to see some action again. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.